Well, I don't really need the side steps because, you know, I'm a normal sized adult. Hello guys, welcome back to Car Obsession and welcome to the Isuzu D-Max. Now, I could have driven this on the road, but you've seen that before, haven't you? So I thought I'd do something a bit more spicy and drive it off-road. Some of you may have spotted, I've got a wild pocket rockets with me.
Hello,
He has appeared.
Hello everybody. Yes, I've been dragged along to come and have some fun in the mud, and I have to say, it's enjoyable.
Dragged along. You were itching to come along, weren't you?
I've been pulled through the mud.
I'm pulling this through the mud right now. So the new Isuzu D-Max, the kind of tagline is stronger, safer, smarter. I may have got that in the wrong order, but I'm sure you'll let me off. So this has more tech, it's stronger than before, and my word, is it capable off-road. And this is on road tyres. I haven't got any knobbly tyres or anything special. This is exactly how it would come out of the factory line, and even so, it's done a sterling job. We've taken this off-road a fair bit today.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
Very impressive.
Now, under the bonnet, there's just one choice of engine. It is a 1.9 litre turbocharged diesel. It offers 164 horsepower, along with 360 Newton meters of torque. Now, I would give you the performance stats, but I'm sure for a vehicle like this, it is borderline pointless. But just in case you are interested, test the turning circle, yes. It passed. This will hit 62 miles per hour in around 13 seconds, 12.7, I think. And the top speed is just north of 110 miles per hour. This can tow 3.5 tons, and it has a payload capacity of over 1 ton. That's the autonomous emergency braking, believe it or not. It thinks we're about to have a crash, hopefully not. I do want to give this back to Isuzu UK in one piece. Now, a long time ago, I took the Ranger Raptor off-road. If you want to check out that video, the link will be in the video description. And actually, Chris, it's quite handy having you here because you yourself have taken the Ranger Raptor off-road more recently. So
yeah,
and you've driven this off-road before we were filming. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I say, as a first impressions of this, I'm pretty impressed. As you've already covered that we're on normal road tyres. It's very impressive that it's able to tackle pretty much everything. Although some of this course here, we're at Avalanche Adventure, and some of it is a little bit tricky for this because it being a pickup, it's quite long at the front.
Yeah.
So you can't actually go up high vertical hills because it ends up grinding and not being able to clear it. But I'd imagine that if we had the Ranger Raptor here, if I had some notice, I could have probably got it.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah, I reckon that the Ranger probably would have been able to clear those ones that we struggled in this. That's just because it has more fancy suspension and the clearance is a lot higher.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally, at this point, Aaron would be giving you a voiceover, but he's currently ill and has almost lost his voice. It's been the best few days I've had in ages. Anyway, back to the D-Max. It has a ground clearance of 235mm at the rear axle, but it is 10mm less if you go for the utility version. Approach angle is up to 31 degrees, departure angle is up to 24 degrees, and the ramp angle is up to 22 degrees. The wading depth is 800mm, 200 more than the last generation. The new D-Max also has a new actuator to make changing between the drives faster and more efficient. DL20, DL40 and V-Cross models benefit from a diff lock as standard to offer better traction when the going gets tough, and hill descent control also comes as standard.
So the D-Max is available in 3 kind of ranges. You've got business, all-purpose and adventure. The business is all about a vehicle that's a bit more basic, a bit more bare bones and a bit more utilitarian. That is available as a single cab, or you can have an extended cab, or like this, a double cab, so you can actually carry passengers in the rear as opposed to your work tools.
Yeah, and I'd say personally, just have double cab. It just makes it so much more practical and a usable vehicle. It really does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So business is all about more, let's say, your farmers, that kind of market. Whereas you've got all-purpose, which is a bit more retail customers, as well as those who want a commercial vehicle that's a bit more flash. Right, let's go up here.
Let's test its tilt angle a bit. Yeah.
Easy peasy. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's barely breaking a sweat.
And I love off-roading in pickups because you've got the cab behind you and there's no weight to it. So when you're in, say, a bit of a slippy area, it's muddy, you can feel like the back end comes out.
Whee.
Just makes it a little bit more playful.
Right, let's go down here. Or if you really want to push the boat out, you have the adventure range, which is a bit more lifestyle-y. It can still do the off-roady bits like this, but yes, I'd say it's more designed, more aimed for the lifestyle market. So for the all-purpose, you've got the DL20 and the DL40, which I'm in right now. Now the DL stands for diff lock.
Yeah, there's a bit of mud there.
So the all-purpose models and the adventure model as standard come with a differential lock, which is what you need for proper off-roading. But what I love about the D-Max is it's very well thought out, got lots of little things which are just really clever. For example, the rear bed has been made deeper, and you may think, oh hang on, it's going to make it more difficult to get things in and out of. Haha, Isuzu has thought of that, and they've implemented an integrated step into the rear bumper. Just things like that, just really clever. I really like. Oh wait, a bit of slippage.
Yeah, and that I like about it because they've added little quirks all around the truck to not only make your life easier with the step especially.
Yeah,
you don't get those things in, say, the Range Raptor once again, and that's higher, and it makes life. There you go, some playful rear end action.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes your just life so much easier, and it's almost like Isuzu thinking of you.
As well as the integrated rear step, the Isuzu has handy touches such as a hook on the back of the front passenger seat which can hold up to 4 kilograms. There's also dampers for the tailgate to stop it crashing down, storage under the rear seats, no less than 8 grab handles, 2 glove boxes and plenty of cubby holes. Not only is there plenty of space for objects, the D-Max has decent space for people as well. Despite being 6'2", Aaron has decent space in the rear, even when the driver's seat is set for his height.
And what I love about the D-Max is the fact that you've got all this ruggedness. It can do the nitty-gritty, it can roll up its sleeves and get its hands dirty, yet you still got luxury. We've got leather seats, the front of which are heated.
I was saying earlier, you could be...
Oh, hello.
You could be blindfolded.
Right, hill descent.
Yeah, hill descent might as well. So you can hear it obviously engaging the brakes.
Look at that.
Wow.
Whee.
Yeah, it doesn't steer for you, mate.
I know, I don't know why I did that. Look, Mum, no hands. Crash.
Yeah, so I was saying, you could almost be blindfolded, get in this, and you'd think that you were actually in just a normal car.
Yeah.
It's so nicely equipped.
Yeah.
Obviously, the one thing that will let it probably out the bag is the engine, because it is...
Yeah.
You'd probably then go, actually, am I in a tractor? Because the sound is dreadful.
Yeah, of course this is a pickup truck. You're not going to be buying this car for refinement. Just make sure the front overhang isn't going to drag. You're not going to buy this for refinement, but as you may be able to hear, the 1.9 litre diesel is rather agricultural.
Yeah, and you notice it more so on the road as well.
Yeah.
At national speed limits.
Exactly. And the other giveaway that you're not driving, let's say, a big SUV, is the steering.
Yeah.
Now the steering, you can probably see me working the steering like anything. Look, that's a great example.
Oh, we're struggling a bit there.
It did a bit, but I think it's more my driving.
You definitely don't want to go up there.
No. Let's turn it around. So yeah, the steering, I think it's about 15 turns, lock from lock. It's just...
It's literally like a boat.
Yeah, it feels like I'm driving an old bus. Another good thing about the D-Max is because for what it is, it's relatively light, you're not governed by speed restrictions, and you may think that's a bit of a weird thing to say, but if you've got a vehicle that's over so much tonnage, I think it's 2.4 tons, but I may need to correct myself with a subtitle.
Are you talking about curb weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just over 2,000 kilograms, exactly the same.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So if, for example, you're driving down a national speed limit road, like a single lane, which would normally be 60, if you have a vehicle that's too heavy, you can't actually drive it at 60. Not a lot of people know that. People do get caught out.
I didn't know that.
Now, I think it'd be quite good to get Chris's perspective off this vehicle, particularly as he has recently driven the Range Raptor off-road. So we're going to swap around, and we're going to do...
When you say off-road, I took it down one green lane.
Well, it's off-road, isn't it?
Yeah, true, but this is another level.
So I'm going to let Chris jump into the hot seat so I can get his views.
Woo! Now I'm going to criticise this truck straight away.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah, I'm already not even gone on the course yet, and I'm going to say a bad thing about it.
Gone.
The side steps, I just feel they're a little bit too shallow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially with us wearing big clunky boots.
Well, I don't really need the side steps because, you know, I'm a normal-sized adult.
Or an overly long child, either one. But yeah, I would say this needs to be a bit thicker, like the Range Raptor. They have very big side steps.
Yeah, the ones on the Range Raptor, they're really substantial.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do know what you mean, and I do agree with you.
Yeah.
So for the new D-Max, I know Chris is driving, but I'm just letting him get a feel for it. I'll carry on talking.
Cheers, mate.
So you've got a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. I've got the latter, I've got the auto, and the changes are 25% faster compared to the outgoing model. That's pretty good. In regards to the 4-wheel drive system, down here I've got a little knob, and I've also got this dial for the 4-wheel drive.
Ah, good one.
No, joking aside, I do have a little knob down here. Make of that what you will. So you can drive it in 2-wheel drive, which of course makes the vehicle rear-wheel drive. You can have 4-wheel drive, or you can have 4-wheel drive with a low-range gearbox, which is what we have it in now. Of course, we've got hill descent. We've already mentioned the differential lock, which we haven't needed at this point so far.
Yeah, definitely needed that yellow pages, mate.
Well, as standard, the driver's seat is electronically adjustable.
Oh.
So you can raise yourself up, good sir.
You tell me that now.
Really capable. And I love the fact that you can do all this and you've still got your mod cons such as...
I'm just impressed that we're doing this on road tyres, mate.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Properly good. And the chassis has been made stronger to help cope with the extra bumps you may get. And I think for what this is, it's such a good vehicle. I would love to stick my neck out and say this is the best pickup you can buy, but I haven't tested enough to throw that bold claim about. However, I think you'd need to have something pretty special to beat this. I'd say the only letdowns are the engine. The fact that you only get one choice, and the engine it has isn't fantastic. I'm not talking about a performance point of view.
The thing is,
it just feels a bit old-fashioned, but I suppose this is a pickup truck.
But in these scenarios, off-roading, you don't really...
No, you don't.
You're not really that bothered by it.
No,
it's just
exactly.
more when you get on the open road.
Yeah. Around
here,
this engine works just fine.
Yeah.
I've got no complaint with it.
And because it's diesel, you've got the low down torque.
Torque, exactly, yeah.
Push you out of things. This is fab, mate. Love it.
Your seats are nice and comfortable as well.
Yeah. I would love to go in there. Can we go in there? Sure, we can go in there.
Give it a go. If you get stuck, it's your fault, so it's all good.
In there.
We've been through that before, haven't we?
Yeah, wasn't worried.
I've got a lot of faith in this vehicle, and I think that speaks volumes. Because as I know we've said it quite a few times, but this is on road tyres. We haven't done anything special to the vehicle since Isuzu delivered it to me. We've just literally driven up here from Essex, and all of a sudden we're on an off-road course. Speaking of which, I'd like to do a massive shout out and thank you to Avalanche Adventure
Yeah, absolutely legends.
for fitting us in at very short notice.
Yeah, trust me, it was short notice, guys.
Yeah.
This guy decides to go, oh yeah, let's do a twin test, our famous twin tests. Oh yeah, but I'm getting a D-Max in a week's time. I was like, right. So,
right. To be fair, it was even less noticed than that. But no, a massive thank you to Avalanche Adventure. They've been great. They've given us free reign of their muddy playground,
yes.
And they've been very relaxed and flexible about the whole thing. So yeah, and another massive thank you to Isuzu UK for allowing us to play about with a D-Max.
I just think that if this had all-terrain tyres, it just
it'd be
you'd notice,
unstoppable.
You'd notice the difference.
So yeah. So in regard to what you get as standard on the DL40, it's a lot. You've got front and rear parking sensors, reversing camera, keyless entry, heated front seats, leather seats, 7-inch touchscreen with DAB radio, Bluetooth, smartphone connectivity. Although, in my experience, that Android Auto does not work. It just keeps glitching. The whole thing is very annoying. I've got dual zone climate control, and the thing is really well kitted out. There's not much really in here that you'll be left wanting for.
And it's not cheap as well. It feels the quality of everything in here is lovely. Yeah. Everything's easy to access as well. You're not having to look through a sea of buttons. No. It's just about right. The screen, however, is a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah, because you've got a really large bezel. Now, you can cure that by going for the range-topping V-Cross, which has a 10-inch touchscreen, and it fills that space so much better. The touchscreen itself, it's okay. It's not the best in the business, but it does what you need it to, apart from if you want to use Android Auto. That could just be this particular model or my particular experience. Go on. Have you got the hill descent on? Yeah, boy.
Have I?
Yeah, it's on. There we go.
So foot off the brake. Still got my hands on the steering wheel, which is nice.
I've got plenty of grab handles.
That is impressive.
And this thing is properly safe. I've got the ADAS. I've got the
blind spot.
Yeah, I've got the driver assistance systems. Well, advanced driver assistance systems. That's what the ADAS stands for. So I've got rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring.
I've just got everything.
Autonomous emergency braking, lane keep assist.
And is that all the standard?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Emergency lane intervention.
Very impressive.
So yeah, this is a properly safe vehicle. And fun fact, this was the first pickup truck to get 5 stars from Euro NCAP in the latest round of testing, which is a lot stricter than it used to be. So if you're looking for safety in a pickup truck, just come here. Yeah. This is your one-stop shop for safety. You can make that. And this version, the double cab, we've got no less than 8 airbags in here. 8.
Jesus,
yeah,
crazy.
Although this is a diesel, it isn't particularly frugal. It's on a combined run with the automatic gearbox. It's 30.7 mpg, and in regard to CO2 emissions, you're looking at 241 grams per kilometre. So yeah, it's not going to win any awards for. I think we're just doing donuts now. I'm going to get dizzy. It won't win any green awards or any awards for fuel economy. But if you're looking for a rugged, reliable workhorse, which is really well kitted out.
Sideways.
Yeah, if you're looking for a well kitted out, good value, very capable, rugged pickup truck, then I think this definitely has to be on your shopping list. Now this is when the 1.9 litre diesel, it gets noisy on the road. Oh, come on, change. Oh. So yes, that is the side of the vehicle where you know you're not driving your average big family SUV. The steering when you're on the road, it feels like it's not really connected do anything.
Yeah.
You kind of steer and no. Oh, there we go. Yep, we've got a bit more. So apart from those elements, driving it on the road, it almost feels like a big SUV. The interior, it feels quite upmarket for the kind of vehicle it is.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Now on the road, this performs just fine. The 1.9 litre diesel hasn't got bags of power, but it's got enough to get by. The ride, I think we'd both agree, is a little bit jiggly.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's weird because when I had the Range Raptor, it's got all-terrain tyres, so straight away that should take away and make the ride even worse. But you wouldn't even notice that you were on all-terrain tyres when you drove it. Whereas this, it seems to sort of crash all the time, any imperfection.
I wouldn't say crash, but it is jiggly.
Yeah.
Although having said that, I wouldn't call it uncomfortable. These seats are really nice.
The
actually.
seats definitely do make up for it, though.
I've driven this quite a long distance, and I wouldn't say it was particularly tiring. And although, let's be honest, this isn't really built
at
for...
low speeds now, we're in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and
Yeah.
it's not compliant. It's almost
It's fidgety.
It's finding every imperfection, yeah, and it's moving around too much.
Yeah, granted, this isn't the best road,
Yeah.
but yeah, I completely get what you're saying.
I mean, it's far from like falling down a flight of stairs.
No,
but
it's busy. It's a busy ride.
Yeah.
Right, national speed limit. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Put the earmuffs on.
Oh Jesus. And you're
Now
doing about 420-degree steering angle to get around the corner.
Now, I'm not going to speak about handling because,
Yeah, it's
let's
pointless.
face it, that is far from the D-Max's forte, but it's not designed for handling. So I'm not even going to consider speaking about such things. For the most part, this has got good road manners, and I would say, although it's been a long time since I drove the Range Raptor, and
Yeah.
Chris, you are probably right, it is probably a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
I would say this feels less like a pickup compared to the Ranger Raptor. When you drove the Ranger Raptor on road, it's quite clear from the outset you're not driving your average family SUV. Whereas in this, apart from the loud engine,
Well, the size alone of the Range Raptor is like quite concerning, especially like this road now we're on. It's a little bit narrow, and if you had a car coming the other way with the Ranger Raptor, you'd struggle. You get through, but you'd struggle more, less so with this. You'd be able to manage it a lot better anyway.
and that's a really good point. This vehicle doesn't feel as big as it is.
No, definitely not.
It feels, dare I say, agile. What I mean, it feels quite manoeuvrable for the big lump it is.
Yeah.
It's easy to drive. It really is, particularly with the automatic gearbox as well.
Yeah. And for the steering characteristics, it's almost the same as this and the Ranger, really.
Yeah,
It's very light. There's no feel to it, really.
Exactly. I'd say this feels more like a road car than the Raptor does. But although I know, but
I think that's more you're taking because of the all-terrain tyres. It made it almost impossible to drive. Not impossible, but it made it very difficult to drive in the wet because you come to a corner and no word of a lie, you'd be doing like 5 miles an hour,
and it'll go sideways.
And it will go sideways.
Yeah.
This is crazy, but that's because there's no grip. Grip on the tyre.
I think some people would argue that the Raptor would feel less like a road car because it's all jacked up, it's pumped up. It's more designed for competing in the Baja as opposed to going to Waitrose.
Yeah, exactly.
So you may argue that's a non-complaint.
When I did the green lane in it, and I did some speed in it. I wasn't going bat crazy. But even when it rode on off-road terrain, it was unreal, mate. Honestly, it was something about it. It was just crazy. I mean, you did off-roaded in it. You've got a video of
I did, yeah. The thing is, I haven't really got the muscle memory for it because I did that so long ago.
Yeah, sure. But no, I'm not taking anything away from this because this is still an impressive bit of kit.
Yeah,
very impressive. If you're the sort of client this is for. A tradesman or someone that does the occasional off-roading, this is definitely up to the job.
And as a road vehicle, for all things considered, this is quite a compliant tool for which to drive about him.
I've driven worse cars than this. There you go.
There we go. That says it all, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen?
Definitely does. So. Yeah, definitely driven worse cars than this. That are meant to be cars.
Yeah.
They get you from A to B well, meant to get you to A to B in a reasonable fashion.
So the D-Max, not only is it incredible off-road, it's pretty decent on-road as well.
Yeah, definitely agree with that statement.
So there we have it, the brand new Isuzu D-Max. It's tough, very safe, rugged, good value, offers plenty of kit and has plenty of creature comforts as well. So if you're looking for a pickup truck, I would argue the Isuzu D-Max ticks plenty of boxes. Thank you so much for watching this video. A massive thank you to Chris from Pocket Rockets, Isuzu UK and Avalanche Adventure for making this video possible. But yes, if you have enjoyed this video, then be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.
Digging through the mountains.